Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Advancement Center, and welcome to the world of magic and miracles. As we start to enter into the awareness of ourselves as our creator in this physical world, we can start to operate the way we should have always been operating. It's kind of like a CEO in a company. You can start telling your body to behave, or you'll post a job opening for a new body and start interviewing potential clients. You can tell the beings who support you in the outer reaches of the universe, your team, the masters, let's go, people. I'm here working. Get your act together. Make sure my body's operating properly. Make sure my car is running properly. Make sure my home is functioning. You're the creator in this physical world, and everything works for you. So you can hire and fire and replace. There are beings who have been designated to support you. They sit right beside you, right behind you. They sit in your car, and you can speak to them and say, let's go. Come on. Do your job. Make things flow so that I can do what I came here to do. And those channels will just continue to expand, for the doors will open to allow you privilege to speak all the way up to the top. You can bypass those middlemen and go right to the source and say, let's go. That's only if you see yourself as your creator in this physical world. Until then, you will find yourself as if you're in the mailroom trying to work your way up. Not stepping into your full authority of who you are. So think about that for a minute and see yourself as the CEO of a Fortune 500 company with thousands of people working for you. And step into the place where you consciously connect to what you're doing, how you're changing the function, the structure, the balance of everything. Be aware. Let it be the focal point of your existence, and your abilities will blossom, for they've always been there. And you won't have to say a word. You'll just smile, wave your hand, and change things. That's what CEOs do. They give an order, and the whole company falls in line. This is called pure awareness. How did I get here? I was just minding my own business, living the life that the world said you were to live. Go to school, get a job, fall in love, have a family, and deal with the ups and downs of life in the physical world. How did I get here? I would have been happy to live the life that most of those who came before me lived, for I thought that that was all there was. And the only concern was how well I would do it. I went to school, I got a job, I fell in love, and I had a family. But I didn't really understand what I was doing. Even though I didn't feel as if I was following in the footsteps of my father and his father and his father before that, I thought that this is what we do. But there was always something missing, something that I didn't even know, a feeling and an awareness that this formula for happiness was not real. Yet I was happy, for I was always happy, happy to follow the formula. Until there came upon me moments that would change the course of my awareness. December 15th, 1982, 43 years ago today. The phone rang at almost midnight. It was my dad, and I knew that something was wrong. My brother had been killed as he attempted to apprehend a criminal during his duties as a police officer. And in that moment, everything changed. All I knew was that there was another reality from this world. It was subtle at first. I didn't even know how I knew that. For as I lay in bed next to my wife, who was 3 months pregnant with my brother's niece, whom he would never meet, I felt the existence of something more than this reality had ever allowed me to know. It seems like a million years ago that happened. For within those 43 years, I have traveled 1,000,000 miles, not in suffering or hate or loss, but in discovery of what was open to me, but mostly in gratitude for all that allowed me to have a few moments with a master being in this physical world, a master named Robert K. Best, whom we called Bobby. In the meantime, he has visited my mother as a type of archangel in a time of threat, speaking the words to her that he had to leave so that he could be everywhere and look after her while serving and protecting all life. I've recently discovered that he is my twin in the outer reaches of the universe, and that he will have a few things to say in the near future. So today, 43 years later, there are new moments, great change surrounding me. I am moving through all time and space, moving outside of this fixed and infinite identity, enjoying the blissful magnificence of pure awareness itself. There are no attachments to anyone or anything, yet all is amazingly beautiful. All is in perfect perfection, as in this physical world, time comes and goes, producing a reference to the changes in our awareness. We are aware of more today than we were yesterday, and we can only say that because of our creative use of time in the physical dimension. To live and know yourself outside of the body and mind and outside the identity that we have cultivated over many years of our life is so difficult to achieve. For most are so connected to their identity and the stories that it has lived, mainly because it is the way that we have been trained to survive. Until we know something else, our identity is all we know. We take that identity and try to add to it. We add jewelry, spirituality, makeup, enlightenment, clothes, awakening, hair and money, status and fame, so that the identity of, let's call it Mike, becomes Mike the enlightened one, Mike the awakened one, Mike the spiritual one, Mike the famous one. But what we miss is that Mike is still there. He just got dressed up to attain something that he thought would produce a life of recognition, respect, and status, things that most time come with having the jewelry, the makeup, the clothes, and the hair and money. It is not that identity Mike has to leave, but that our awareness of the true Mike of pure awareness must arrive. Once that awareness is allowed to exist, identity Mike will be allowed to retire with great compassion and gratitude. No longer will identity Mike have to work to be approved, to seek in order to be celebrated as one who seeks, and to add all the other decorations that make it look as though he is achieving happiness or a loftier status, things that pure awareness never need. It is the death of the identity of Mike that almost all of the world cannot make themselves surrender to. They accept that identity Mike is lacking something, and so they try to add to identity Mike to make him better. They want to add peace to Mike, harmony to Mike, balance to Mike, kindness, caring, and love without conditions to Mike. So they study or practice a method or technique. They find a guru, a teacher, a system, but it always falls short, like putting makeup on a pig. The pig is fooled for a moment, but no one else is, and soon neither is the pig. All the while, we can't see that it is identity Mike that is keeping us from the freedom that we so desperately seek. And that is because there is a gigantic part of us who really think that identity Mike is great. We think he's smart, beautiful, resourceful, funny, generous, loving, kind, and happy. We think that the few times we are not those things, it is because we just need a little touch up, a little makeup, or a new set of clothes to raise those low points that somehow show up. And even though we may just as often think that identity Mike is the opposite of all those qualities, we know that deep down inside that he is a good person. He just needs a little more time to get past some of the things that keep him just below who he can truly be. But it is just survival. Deep in our subconscious, we are trying to keep the identity Mike alive. And because of this fear related to our survival, we must hold on to identity Mike for dear life, literally for dear life. For we think that if there is no more identity Mike, there is no more me. We think we will vanish, and the identity you will. Let this sit for a moment and see the cycle that most of humanity has been caught in. There's only great compassion, for we all shall walk this path. Compassion for the time that we have spent inside our identity and outside of pure awareness. How do you let go of the thing that you think is keeping you alive? How do you let your heart start beating and continue to breathe? Know that if you are listening to these words, it is so that you can see how all the circumstances of your life have brought you to this moment. So the picture of what we are living could be made crystal clear, allowing the reflection that you now see to become the catalyst for you to break the cycle of the life of Identity Mike. I am not the first to say these things, and I will not be the last, but each one who is able to say them delivers them with a unique energy that belongs uniquely to them, an energy to be used for its delivery at a specific so-called time that is only known by the Creator itself. So today I am introducing the created identity Mike to the pure awareness Mike. Identity Mike, meet pure awareness Mike. Pure awareness Mike, meet identity Mike. Pure awareness Mike says, yes, I've known him since his incarnation on earth, and I have always known him. I am simply offering him an existence within the unknown, within the mysteries, and within the infinite possibilities that can't be controlled. If you would be willing to let go of what you believe you have been controlling, a way of being that you believe is keeping you alive, then you will begin to know yourself as the Mike of pure awareness. This is just a simple invitation to come to who you really are so that you can be your own creator in this physical world, an ability that you can easily command as the Mike of pure awareness. I only know, what is true and real for me. It is not my mission to convince anyone of what I know for myself. It is all just the desire to offer another way. In the end, all will find themselves as simply pure awareness. So as I have said many times before, there is nothing that you can do that is wrong. It is all a part of your unique and beautiful journey back to yourself. None of us can help the specific way we pursue our journey. We can't follow another that never works. We can't pursue a method that never works. But when we get to the other side of what doesn't work, we find that it helped us discover what does. Trial and error are many times necessary steps in the advancement of all pursuits of improvement. I look out at the world not through the eyes of David, but through the eyes of the infinite, the eyes of pure awareness. For David's perspective, his agenda, his limitations, his judgment, opinions, stories, and desires are like his identity, ceasing to exist, leaving space to view all that there is and all that there could be. It is the most beautiful place, for there is no longer a me to please, no longer an agenda, a thriving, striving, a trying to become, and the exhaustion of living the life as the identity you dissolves. And you will find yourself vibrating with an energy that can't be measured. As pure awareness, you are already in infinite pleasure, for nothing of the identity you is blocking the view. So I continue along on my own, as each one of us must do, knowing that until further notice, this is the path that I have always longed for and always knew deep inside of me that I would find. From 43 years ago until today, I have been led along this path. Each one of us is looking forward to what is next, for we have the vision of our destiny buried deep inside of us, just waiting for the right moment to pour itself out. And it will be done in whatever way that is perfect for each one, uniquely individual, even as we coexist with all those around us. So I dance with every world that enters my field. As pure awareness, I come and go dancing with each one in bliss and in unbounded sensuality as the pure awareness and creator in the physical world, dance with it all. It is with great honor and appreciation that I share these words with you as I go further into the place that I long to live. Cheers to us all. There are truly no words to describe the magnificence of each one. Thank you for walking with me always, and thanks for joining me today. love, magic, and laughter, but mostly laughter. Thank you for listening. Cheers. I am David. And 43 years ago today, I met pure awareness. Cheers, Bobby. I love you.